Halloween is scary, but it is fun. The real scary things in life are serious business, like retirement. How can you conquer that fear? I'm Wes Wood, the income guy, and today I'm going to tell you how. Hi, I'm Wes Wood, the income guy and founder and president of Wood Financial Group. And for nearly 20 years, I specialize in helping hardworking Tennesseans just like you reach their retirement goals through income-based financial strategies. And if you're looking for the right solutions to achieve your own financial goals, I can help you. Just reach out to me at retiretv.com or by calling 615-826-5749 during today's show or at any time. So, the Halloween season, as we know, is all about make-believe, but millions of Americans live in real fear of retirement. And according to one study, more than 60% of Americans say they lose sleep thinking about retirement. And there are plenty of reasons, but the source of fear for many people boils down to a few common questions. So today, I'm going to examine 4 scary retirement questions and tell you how to overcome your fear. I'm going to cover: have I saved enough to retire? Will I get enough from Social Security? Will I be able to cover my health care costs? And finally, will I run out of income? And joining me on this week's show is David Scranton. He's an investing for income specialist with over 30 years of experience. He's also a best-selling author and a television host. But first, let's look at the most common and for many people, the scariest retirement question of them all. Have I saved enough? And although 60% of Americans report that they are actively saving for retirement, nearly half of them say they've saved less than just $10,000. And this includes baby boomers and older generation Xers who are fast approaching or already at retirement age. And although it's obvious and important to save as much as you possibly can for retirement, the real reason this question is so scary for so many people is that they assume the answer is automatically no. And they make that assumption without taking in all the relevant factors into consideration. And those factors start with your individual retirement goals. You know, how could you possibly know if you've saved enough for retirement if you haven't estimated your retirement income needs? And how could you do that if you've not identified your specific retirement goals? Goals could be maybe you want to downsize or perhaps move to another state. Maybe you want to travel. I have clients that even have started their own business. But most of these fears come from the unknown. So once you know your goals, then you'll have something tangible to measure your savings against them. Then the question, have I saved enough, probably won't seem as scary. The answer still may be exactly what you want to hear, but instead of living in fear, now you'll be able to be proactive and take action. And whether that action means increasing your 401k contributions and saving more, or maybe modifying your goals. Another important consideration when we consider these things is your other sources of retirement income. And for some lucky folks, that may mean a pension, but for almost everyone, that means income from Social Security. And that, of course, brings up scary question number 2. Will I get enough from Social Security? And the answer for most people is no, probably not enough income from Social Security to meet all my retirement income needs alone. Because the average Social Security benefit for this year for somebody is just $1,500 per month, $1,500 a month. The annual amount is just over $18,000. That's only $5,200 over the federal poverty line. So nor could you count on Social Security to maybe cover your income needs, but maybe you can't even depend on it to keep pace with inflation. That's because the program's cost of living adjustment, or COLA, is typically very low, and it's usually negated by increases in premiums on Medicare Part B. The COLA was just 1.3% this year in 2021, which is far below the estimated annual healthcare inflation rate, which is nearly 5%. And that, of course, brings up the next scary retirement question. Will I have enough to cover my healthcare costs? Which I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But as for Social Security, while your benefits alone probably won't be enough to come close to meeting your income needs, it's still really important to maximize your income from Social Security and get the very most that you're entitled to. And I'm going to talk with Dave about that in just a little bit more. But right now, you can learn more by reading my timely report, The Case for Fixed Income. It comes with your free retirement income kit, and you can get one by visiting retiretv.com or by calling our office at 615-826-5749. But now, let's welcome David Scranton. He's the founder of Sound Income Strategies and the Retirement Income Store. Dave, thank you for joining me again today.
Of course. It's always fun to be with you, Wes.
Yes, sir.
You've talked many times about how people get too fixated on lump sum. You know, what's the magical lump sum they need before retirement? But I'd like you to repeat, if you don't mind, why that might be misguided, or why that might only be a small part of the picture for people getting ready for retirement.
Yeah, a lot of people get fixated on they need to have this amount of lump sum in order to retire effectively, but it really shouldn't start there. While it is important to save as much as you possibly can for retirement, really you need to start with determining how much income you need to have in retirement. And what I've discovered is once somebody really sits down and thinks about it, writes down all their goals, thinks about all the things they want to achieve in retirement, and then they put dollars behind it, in a lot of cases they're pleasantly surprised to know that their lump sum isn't as important as how much income they need to generate in order to cover all those needs in retirement. So I always tell people, hey, don't get too fixated on that lump sum, because in a lot of cases people take on too much risk. It's more about what that lump sum can do to generate income in retirement.
Sure, and you mentioned Social Security just a moment ago, and people don't realize that an income specialist like yourself is often uniquely qualified to help them maximize Social Security benefits in a way that most financial planners' advisors cannot.
Yeah, you need to maximize income from Social Security. Studies have shown that over 75% of the people are getting a reduced or penalized version of this income in retirement. And that doesn't have to be the case. But the difference between maybe one combination versus another could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifetime benefits for you or our clients there. So what we do as an income specialists do, we run customized Social Security analysis reports that will tell you which strategies to go with to maximize your Social Security income, which is an extremely valuable tool. We want to get the most we possibly can out of the system. But Dave, stay with us. We'll talk more in just a minute. Coming up, I'm going to talk about another scary retirement question for many people. Will I be able to meet my health care needs? I'm Wes Wood, the Income Guy, and you're watching the Retirement Income Show.
A fiduciary is someone legally obligated to act in your best interest. Doctors, lawyers, and some financial advisors are fiduciaries, but not all. When you work with Wes Wood and his team at Wood Financial Group, you are working with fiduciaries. They help clients create customized investment portfolios based off their retirement goals. If you're ready to work with a fiduciary, visit retiretv.com and schedule a free, no-obligation conversation with Wes or a Wood Financial Group advisor.
I'm David Scranton. During my career, I found that most baby boomers have done a great job growing their retirement savings, yet many don't know how to convert their savings into steady income. And that is why I built the Retirement Income Store, to help hardworking Americans preserve their assets and establish steady streams of income.
If you're age 55 or older, our free Retirement Income Kit is for you. Learn the fundamentals of investing for income. Discover potential hidden risks to your retirement plan. Visit yourincomekit.com to download your free Retirement Income Kit.